Spaghetti alla Norma Assassina. Yes, this one is new. I come up with this recipe by combining elements of the notorious Spaghetti alla Norma with the not so known Spaghetti alla Assassina. Right, but what are these pastas? Well, Spaghetti alla Norma is a pasta that was born in Sicily, and the main ingredient is eggplant. It's a pasta that makes you feel good, it's healthy, it has a lot of vegetables, which makes you consume less carbs in a pasta. But the problem of this dish is that it lacks some impact. I think it asks for something more. That's why people usually add the cheese. On the other hand, the Spaghetti all'Assassina, a much more eccentric one, was born in another region of Italy, Puglia. It's a spaghetti made with tomato sauce and red chili peppers. But the catch is the method. It's a pasta that is much more fried than boiled. This pasta outstands for its texture, making it a special experience. However, its disadvantage is the fact that it's basically pasta. It lacks nutrients for a standalone dish. It's a lot of carbs, in other words. So I'll take the best of both to deal with the disadvantage of each one of them. For my Alla Norma Assassina, I begin by slicing fresh peppers. While traditional recipes often use dried chili for Spaghetti alla Assassina, I prefer the texture and flavor of fresh vegetables. This method already adds a delightful twist to the dish. And I'm eating more vegetables, my mom would be proud. I'm using red chili peppers and Cambuci peppers. When it comes to red chili peppers, I'm not great with the heat. So I remove the white parts and seeds where all the firepower hides. I do this with a chopstick. And yes, I know what it looks like. But by this way, it's easy and I don't have to cut open the pepper or touch it with my hands. And see, I'm using 3 peppers and it didn't turn out that hot. I can confirm that. I survived. On the other hand, the Cambuci pepper is a Brazilian pepper with 0 heat. None at all, but it has the texture of a pepper, almost like a bell pepper, just thinner. It works well because it blends with the red chili peppers. I'm chopping it to a similar size because, hey, I want the peppers to get along in the pan. And I'm cutting some for garnish in the end. Next, I'll slice the eggplant. I need to be quick with this step to prevent oxidation. To manage the time pressure of filming and cooking simultaneously, I fill a bowl with water and leave the chopped eggplants in it. I prefer cutting them into cubes since smaller pieces make for a smoother cooking process. Oh, let's not forget the garlic, very important. For the tomato sauce, I'll squeeze some canned tomatoes with my bare hands. Yes, it's messy, but oddly satisfying. Then, I'll add some water to dilute it, aiming for a very wet sauce to help cook the pasta. I know this might sound pretty weird, but hold on with me. In a non-stick pan, I heat some olive oil and fry my peppers. I'll hold off on adding all the Cambuci peppers for now. I want some to stay crunchy for later. At this stage, I'm just infusing the oil with a rich pepper aroma. Next, I'll add some of the tomato sauce to cover the pan's surface. Then, I'll drop the pasta in. My pan is very wide, 30 centimeters, but still doesn't fit all the pasta, so I'll have to break it. I have no other option. Don't call the pasta police. Let it simmer until all the liquid evaporates. You'll hear it when it starts frying on the oil. It will sizzle. It will sound different. This is the Spaghetti all'Assassina's moment to shine, where the pasta, tomatoes and other vegetables come together to create deep, rich flavors. It's a dance party in your pan, and you have to leave them some time, at least to form a crust. I let it fry until just before the tomatoes starts to burn. Then I add more of the tomato water. It's okay if the pasta isn't fully cooked yet, and it's sticking a bit to each one. It's just a sign that the pasta is getting a little too friendly with its neighbors. It will soon separate, don't worry. As a god of this universe, you can separate them by force, but it's not worth your time. Just leave them and it will happen by itself. Now, the goal here is to create layers of flavor each time I reduce the liquid, much like with risotto, right? I'll keep doing this until the pasta is al dente. By the way, let's put the eggplant, Cambuci pepper and garlic. I held off earlier because this guy absorbs a lot of oil and I want the pasta to fry in that oil, so I need the oil to stay there for a while. If I had added the eggplant from the start, I would have needed to pour in much more oil just to achieve the same effect. Once the water has reduced again and the eggplant is just how I like it, I remove it from the heat and I add the drizzle of olive oil. This brings back the fresh olive oil fragrance that ties everything together. Serve this on your plate and you won't need anything more. The dish is complete. It's perfect because it's easy, you can do everything in one pan and it's quick. There's no waiting around to boil water for the pasta. All the stages move at a brisk pace, much like Brazil's rapid exit against Italy in the Olympic volleyball games. I made this spaghetti alla assassina with eggplants, but you could easily add some meat to boost the protein and call it spaghetti alla bolognese assassina. Why not? My point is, this food is yours to make as you please. I don't care what people of other times said about how we should eat today. We need to always rethink our eating habits for modern times, right?